Oh, sorry. Yeah. Let me fix that. Okay.
Are we going to broadcast to the stage channel?
I just need to tell people from stage. So we're moving back to general. Seems like it's fixed now. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we can go ahead and get started.
Yes.
Cool. So let's get started then. See, I just need to mute a couple. Oh no. Oh.
Okay, so
Okay. Yeah. Welcome everyone. This is our first info session of ML SJSU. We are going to quickly go over a few things, introduce ourselves. Um, okay, great. So the first thing we're going to have everyone fill out is a new member interest form. This is for people who are here. This is different from the check-in form. It's just for it just has more information, so we know everything about all of you. Then we'll just introduce the officers. We'll introduce our club, what our club can provide for all of our members, and how can you personally help the ML SJSU community as fellow students. Some of the changes that we've made for fall 2021, and how to join the project team. So we'll go over all of this together.
give us the member interest form.
Actually, yeah. I think I'll share that with the Discord. Actually, really quickly, could you share that document? Hello.
Hello. And the link will be in the channel chat.
So yeah, everyone, just please take some time to fill that out, so that we basically we need to have a record of everyone who registered, because so that for administrative purposes, when we apply for funding and other things just the more members we have, the better it looks for our club to show that we benefit a lot more San Jose State students. So it's also important for your email to put your SJSU email to verify that all of our members are students. So even if you're here, the link is on our Discord. So if you haven't filled it out, please try to fill it out. Does anyone have any questions in the Discord or in person? Okay.
Okay, so meanwhile we can go ahead and introduce ourselves. So my name is Vlad. I'm a treasurer here at ML SJSU, and something that I'm specializing in machine learning is reinforcement learning. If you're ever interested in doing agent-based optimization, and looking at smart agents doing optimal playing games or doing things for robotics, that's in me. Yeah, outside of school, I guess I like drawing, a little bit of game dev, that.
Nice. Yeah.
Alright. So hi everyone. I'm Gautam and I major in applied mathematics. This is my senior year, and my emphasis is on NLP. And if you're interested in NLP, feel free to join. And outside the club, I'm also more interested on game dev and also esports.
Nice.
So
Okay. Yeah. My name is Edward. I'm the former president of ML SJSU. Due to some circumstances, we switched positions, but I'll still be handling most of the administrative tasks. And some of my interest in machine learning specifically is computer vision. And this semester, I'm looking at more focus on hardware, so deployment of neural network models into hardware devices. My outside of interests, I enjoy to cook and play music. And for our virtual officers, the people who are in the Discord.
I can go next. I'm Gaston Garrido, like Edward mentioned, due to some weird circumstances, we've swapped positions, and I'm currently the president. Some of my interests include, like Gautam, game development. I don't have a particular field of interest in ML aside from the optimization of algorithms, which is probably the most, the closest thing I have to an actual interest. And I'm a second year grad student, and I look forward to working and seeing you all.
Alright, I'll go next. Hi everyone, I'm Ani. I'm a network outreach officer, and I'm really interested in natural language processing. But as Gaston mentioned, I don't limit myself to that. I also do enjoy computer vision and various other parts of ML. And I'm a first year master's in software engineering student. And outside of school, I really enjoy playing basketball, following various podcasts, and even playing Ultimate Frisbee if that's something you're interested.
I'll go next. Hopefully my connection stays stable. Hey everyone, I'm Jacob. I'm the webmaster here for Club. I just, handle the website, clean it up and everything like that. But, kind of like Gaston and Ani as well, I'm interested in all forms of the machine learning aspect of it. I'm a second year master student doing a project in edge AI computing for autonomous vehicles. So that's kind of where I'm going to be at for the next few semesters. Outside of school, interests, I enjoy just DJing and then just dancing, really, just that whole music aspect.
Do you want me to do this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, what is ML SJSU? You might have got tired of hearing this if you guys came from us visiting your classes, but essentially, we're the machine learning student organization here at San Jose State, and our goal is to help students interested in machine learning explore or dive deeper into the field, primarily through projects and regardless of background. We want to be a close community of fellow students that want everyone, not just themselves, to succeed in their machine learning goals.
Alright. And how we can help you guys is, first of all, we're a community. We're a community of people who already have some experience in ML as well as beginners. So this is a great place where you can reach out to other people who are doing the stuff you're interested in, and as well as projects, either to networking together, just have fun together. So one other thing is we provide sort of direction for you for the project, so we can help you keep track on that. Uh, Sometimes we do events like workshops, paper readings. Uh, this semester we are looking to cooperating with Career Center at SJSU, and hopefully we'll get some interesting career events related to machine learning. One other thing is we're looking at providing our members with GPU resources and computer resources that you may use to train your models, basically bring you an opportunity to work on more interesting projects than you can just do on your laptops. Yeah.
So how we could help ML at SJSU. So as Vlad mentioned, we are all like a community. So like just be proactive and network around. We do have members from different experiences. So ultimately, it's just a collaborative learning. And we do host a couple of events, out of which ML for high school and climate change are most recent events that we conducted. So this ML for high school is basically it's a program that where we were teaching basic machine learning stuff to high school students, where we had a couple of members from different universities, Carnegie Mellon, and even from ML SJSU, they contributed in creating this basic resources for them to make it easier. And the climate change panel is it's an AI panel where we had panelists from Stanford University and different companies, some from Netherlands and like who are most focused on climate change. And also we had some PhD students from Carnegie Mellon. So we hope to have more events. So feel free to contribute to those events in any form. And at last, just have fun and don't burn yourself out. Network around and feel free to reach out for any help or yeah, or, just enjoy.
So, if you want to talk about changes,
Yeah, I think it was gas.
I think,
yeah.
yeah, if you guys can hear me, yeah. So, yeah, changes in 2021, we had them in spring, and we're continuing those changes this time around. We're focusing more on projects versus before we were just more trying to like educate people on machine learning. And we figure projects, help in a lot of ways. It's more hands-on learning, but it's also a way for you to get experience of like potentially, what industry would offer. Just like you're going to be working in a project team, you're going to be interfacing with different people in order to make something like a product. So we figured this would be a better way for students to get that experience. We could put projects on your resume and just make yourself more marketable overall. And it's just a better way to engage with the community at large.
projects.
Ani, are you there?
Are you there?
Okay, you might have disconnected. But we could go over some of the projects that we've done before. So here, this is actually on the website, which you can.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, some of the projects we've done before. So we've worked on quite a few different projects. One of the projects we worked on was called Kitcha. And so, the base of that app was that if you open your fridge and you pointed the app at any of the ingredients you have within your fridge, it would be able to tell you what recipes you could make with those ingredients. And we've worked on various projects, as you can kind of see on the website. Some of the most recent projects we've worked on, one of them was Object Nav, and that really had to do a lot with computer vision. Sorry about that. Yeah, it had to do with computer vision and really trying to create a robot that would be able to first map a real space into a virtual space and be able to identify a target object and then navigate its way towards that. So there's many other projects that we've worked on, and we'll talk about that more, especially in the coming weeks. But yeah, if you have any questions about any specific project, please feel free to ask us.
So how to join? One thing that we're trying to change this semester is we're trying to emphasize that this is how to join a project team. All of you are more than welcome to join our club and join every meeting. But the thing is, we do have these project teams that work on these projects that we displayed before. And one of the things is when you work on a project team, we expect everyone to contribute. It's not like any of us are professors or advisors. We're all fellow students who are learning on the go, just as all of you are. So what we do expect is if you would like to join a project team, we do have set up something called a trial project. So we can set up some of the guidelines for that. Um,
You want to do that?
yeah. I think it was
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, it actually shows right there, child project guidelines. If you click that. I think you click the one of the.
Oh, it's showing.
Yeah, now you go back.
That's the one. Oh, that's fine.
Okay, so basically, this is going to be the document that we share on the Discord for all of you to basically follow along on what our child project is going to be about. So basically, I'm not going to go over everything here, but
It's correct.
I see. Okay, so I'm not gonna really quickly. I'll just to summarize. Basically, there are a few ways that you can immediately join the project team without necessarily completing the trial project. We encourage everyone to actually try to complete it, but if you feel like you're really busy or anything like that, there are a few other conditions that would satisfy replacing the requirement of a trial project. The first one is you need to have been a member of ML SJSU for a full semester. So if you've been a previous member of us before, then you don't need to complete this trial project. Secondly, you needed to have completed a machine learning course. This will require a transcript or equivalent experience. So if you have projects on your GitHub or any sort of projects, any file that shows that you've had some experience working on machine learning that's equivalent to maybe like a course, that would also be fine. Or finally, you can turn in a trial project by next Thursday, September 23rd, by midnight, basically. This, again, I want to emphasize that this is kind of like a soft deadline. We really don't want this trial project to be some sort of impediment to discourage any of you from joining. Like I've said before, you can join all our meetings. Nothing is like stopping you from continuing to come and be a part of our club. It's just if you want to be a part of our specific projects that we're currently working on, this is something that we ask all of our members to do. And the only reason why we ask that is because, again, when we're all project teammates, we expect everyone to be able to kind of pull their own weight instead of basically us teaching everything on what to do and how to do this. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to help each other complete the project. So we kind of expect some independence from you to kind of have the ability to figure some of this stuff out on your own. And of course, you'll get a lot of help and collaboration with us through Discord and these meetings. But at the end of the day, there is going to be some expectation on you to do some of the work as well. So that's kind of our expectations for our project team members. So all of these three methods can be satisfied, or I guess the first one, if you're a full member, we probably already know, so that's not a concern. You don't have to do anything. But the second and third one, for example, if you've completed machine learning course and you basically just need to send a copy of your transcript, or like a screenshot of your GitHub page, or your trial project, you could send it to all to our email at sjsumlclub@gmail.com. So basically, I'm going to go a little bit more in detail about the trial project. So basically, there's going to be an environment or setup that we would like all of you to do when you set up the actual trial project. It's going to be through a file called Jupyter Notebook, which is basically a very common file type that's used by machine learning researchers and professionals, which is basically a really convenient format for people to show machine learning code or code in general, Python usually. So we have a YouTube tutorial that kind of explains how to set this up. And at the end of our meeting today, we'll also go step by step on teaching you how to set up the environment so that everyone who stays until the end of the meeting should be able to have an environment set up if you haven't already. Yeah, this is just how to submit the transcript. And finally, this appointment thing, we used to have it so that you have to book an appointment, but one thing I think will change is we'll probably have this sometime around like before or after the club meeting so that it's more convenient as opposed to like figuring out a random time. So this is just going to be a short discussion more like of like what you did and the struggles that you've had. So we just get a general idea of the level that you're at on the project. Because for example, let's say you weren't able to complete the project, that's totally fine as long as you're able to explain to us like what problems you had, what you tried, and what didn't work. As long as you can at least show that, I think that's still enough for us to show that okay, this person did actually try to spend some time and effort in figuring this out. So as long as you have that kind of mindset of like I worked on it and then this is what I thought and try to see what you've worked on, I think that would also be sufficient for us to say, okay, this person most likely did spend that time and would probably be a good fit for one of our project teams. Finally, a few things that we wanted for you to submit by I believe it's next. The reason why we have the deadline this Thursday is we actually want to submit all of our resumes to the Career Center because we're currently doing a collaboration called I think Student Organization Partnership Program, SOPP, where basically the Career Center is going to look for companies that they know that are tied to our interests. So basically, companies that are related to machine learning, they're going to reach out and collaborate with our club to basically not only send our resumes to those specific employers and give like a special preference because not every organization is in this program. We'll also collaborate with the Career Center to basically meet with employers and organize a specific event of whatever we want. So basically, we're still not sure yet, but events such as Ask a Recruiter or having maybe like a coding workshop, all these events will involve an employee from that company that we're looking for. So if you can finish this trial project by next Thursday, we'll be able to send your resume and to the specific career center so that they can send that book to the company that a lot of us would be interested in. I know that was a lot of information. And finally, a profile picture. We're looking for anyone basically who's been a full member and display them on our website. This is basically our website actually does get a lot of traffic from not only students but actually companies who do email us out. So I think it's actually be really nice. You basically have a picture of you, your name, what project you're involved with, as well as your GitHub and LinkedIn links. So prospective employers or people who check out our website can see that you are a member of this club. So this is just a quick detail about our we have two options for our projects. Most people complete the first one. This is basically a traditional ML project. There's like step-by-step tutorials on how to complete it. So as long as you spend the time to actually watch the video and like follow the instructions, most people do like figure it out. It's not like even if you don't have any prior programming experience, spending a little bit of time just watching the tutorial and following the instructions should be enough for you to be able to do most or if not all of the project. Enough so that we know that you're willing to spend that time. So yeah, I won't go too much into the details, but if you follow these instructions, that should be more than enough for you to satisfy whatever projects you need. And this is the second one. This one is actually, I would say, quicker to actually solve, but for some reason people don't do it. But maybe if you're having trouble with the first one, you can maybe try the second one and see if that's easier for you. Does anyone have any questions? I know I just blurted out a lot of information at once. Yeah.
Wait, where could we find this?
Yeah, we'll share it in the general chat. Maybe. Yeah, we'll pin it on the general chat. So.
Another practical question. What if someone has done a course like online platform like Coursera?
Yeah, I think if you completed an online course, you can also send a certificate of that to our email, and that should be enough as well. Yeah.
Are there only 2 project options?
Yeah, I mean, if you think there's like your own project that you want to complete and do, that's also fine. I think these might be recommended though because we just kind of set up everything for you already, where like you just watch the video and do it. But if you have your own project idea that you want to show for us, I think that also be a great option. Okay. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, so this is like the flow chart. So just check to see if you qualify. But I've already kind of went over it before.
And this is the link with some of the resources we have where you can find some basic machine learning, get started with machine learning kind of resources. Yeah, it will set up high-level summary of machine learning, some Python if you have little familiarity with Python, as well as Java project backgrounds. Yeah, that's mostly what you need to start. And all of this is you can find in the presentation, which we will link. And yeah, now we will get into setting up the environment for those of you who have don't have it set up mostly. So those of you who don't have experience with ML, that will be most useful for you. What we're going to do is we're going to set up on the environment, cycle on a couple of libraries that we need to decide for the project. Uh, Meanwhile, if you do have experience, then you can get started with actually getting into groups and networking, getting into small groups. How many people don't have the general Python Anaconda setup?
Has anyone set up Anaconda?
Does anyone here? No one here has Anaconda.
I do.
Okay. So if you have Anaconda installed, you don't need this. Like they're all pre-installed for you. Well, our setup is kind of we use instead of Anaconda, we use something called Miniconda, which basically takes up less memory, less bloatware. So if you already have Anaconda, you don't need to worry about all this stuff.
Forward on the Discord does anyone like set up Anaconda? I think we should put forward or something.
Yeah.
This one
and done. I'll say done. Just react to my done.
yeah.
Yes. Check mark.
And then some. And more
Yeah.
So just like
So now we will spend some time setting up the environment here for people who haven't set up yet. But if you already have set up and you're on Discord, you can go ahead and move to launch and
try to network.
just network, get to know each other. Okay, yeah.
Oh wait.
So meanwhile, one of the basically main tools that we're going to use for programming and just machine learning in general is Conda. It's a package manager that has a Python interpreter with it, and it allows you to separate environments for each of your projects, which you want to do if you have when you have multiple projects, so that you can keep for each project have your dependencies of libraries of certain versions. Because when you don't have that, it's very quickly gets confusing and you might encounter a lot of errors and problems like that. So uh, yeah, that's basically what it does. Automatically installs dependencies. We have a link for you to where you can find Honda, and I will link the slides for you so that you can actually go through those. They are already in the general chat, but I will resend it. And just if you go there, you can find this Slido link, and that way it will be easier.
Is anyone stuck on this? I remember when I first joined and I went through this process. I had some ran into some problems, but I was kind of too intimidated to ask questions. So I'm on the same boat as you. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Like even if it's like really basic, like which one to install or which one I'm probably supposed to click. But if you can see there, you can see that there's like Windows, Mac OS X, and Linux. So just click on which one is your operating system, and you should be able to install it. No, yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, you're basically already finished. One of the things that we want to do is also to try to make this easier for everyone. We're going to try to put all of you into groups. So we're thinking like groups of two. I think maybe three might be better in case like one person, because like there have been instances where one person kind of drops from the group. So I think maybe we'll form groups of three. We'll probably like split it people who came here in person as well as the people on Discord. So if you have any if you have any questions, you can not only can you reach out to any of the officers, but maybe you'll be more less intimidated to reach out to someone that's also working on the project like you are. So yeah.
Do you recommend Anaconda?
Okay, so personally, if you start running into a lot of issues and you don't mind the bloatware, you could install Anaconda because again, it is like there is like a like you don't have to do all the command prompts and all that stuff. But I think some of my fellow officers might disagree with me because they strongly don't believe against bloatware. But yeah, it's
Anaconda saves your time, Miniconda saves your memory.
yeah, basically think of that. So if you have a ton of memory, then
Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think our Gaston is probably the person who would most be in favor of Conda. But yeah, you can use either. It really doesn't particularly matter. Yeah, the reason we have mentioned Conda is a lot of people are not aware of Conda. And yeah, if you're doing a lot of other stuff on your computer, you might want to save on it.
this, I mean, but the thing is, it's not this setup. It seems complicated, but it's actually really not. Once you install Miniconda, you just need to type in like a few lines, and you'll install. Like, we're not asking you to install a bunch of dependencies. It's just like 3 or 4. The one that might take a while is PyTorch. That's from what we've seen, but the rest should be very quick, like less than a minute. Yeah.
Do we download the bash and the package?
Yeah, I think just the packages.
Just the package.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions? Actually, maybe this is an opportunity to like get to know all of your names. Are you having problems right now? Or I guess you already installed Conda, right? Yeah.
Wait, so do I have all the dependencies installed?
You already have all of them installed, yeah.
Okay. I think okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess we could take this opportunity to introduce ourselves while people are. Yeah.
Is Anaconda super different from Anaconda?
No, they're basically the same. So Anaconda, it's like Miniconda is like a subset. So it's like Anaconda has everything that Miniconda can do, but Miniconda doesn't necessarily have a lot of the things that Anaconda has. Because a lot of the stuff that Anaconda has is unnecessary. So that's kind of why like we don't want to necessarily install all of that stuff because it's just bloatware at that point. But again, like it's like imagine you're trying to cook dinner and then you buy the entire supermarket. Like you don't really need all that stuff. But that's like I think that's like a way to think about it. Yeah.
Wait, so like for the Anaconda packages, is it for all languages?
Yeah, I mean it's I don't know how to describe. It's basically a way to set up different environments. So what that means? That's a great question actually because I feel like a lot of the times people install it and they don't really understand what they're doing, and that's a great segue. So what Anaconda basically allows you to do is it lets you create different environments for you to develop in. So for example, when you're working on one particular project, the specific the specific things you might need might be different. So for example, let's say you're working on one project. One project might support only Python 2.7, while let's say you finish working on that project and you're working on another one, that project actually only works on like Python 3.4, let's say. So it would really suck to have to install Python 2.7 and then upgrade to 3.4 and then go back to 2.7 every time you're switching like different projects, right? So what this Anaconda basically or Conda allows you to do is set up different virtual environments so that let's say for project one you have the environment of this version of Python and these packages that specifically support that project. And if you want to switch to project two, you just switch the environment to project two so that all the packages and supported software that to make that project would immediately just switch over. You wouldn't have to manually go and switch the versions and different packages every time you want to change between projects.
No, I was asking like if you're coding in Java, can you use Anaconda?
Yeah, I think it's I believe I don't actually know. I only programmed in Python.
Well, Anaconda mostly handles the package and dependency installation. If you have some packages and dependencies for Java, I guess you could say that.
Yeah,
I think it mostly does with Python.
It's more, yeah,
It's mostly 90% of the time you do Python. Yeah, and it's just having the separate environments for each project can save you a lot of time, especially when you have two projects and for one of them, like both of them are using the same kind of library for like drawing a question mark somewhere, and if you have wrong versions for one of them, the program just crashes, gives you cryptic errors, and you have no idea what happens. So that's basically what that helps you do to avoid that.
Yeah, it's for Python and R. So I think generally you don't want to be doing this outside of that because that's what it specifically supports. Has everyone done here besides installing Miniconda or Anaconda? Who here decided to try the Miniconda route? Okay, nice. Okay. Are all of you finished installing it, or is it still going? Okay. Is anyone not complete install? I know some computers are slower than others. Everyone's done installing it? What about on Discord? Is anyone still installing Miniconda or Anaconda?
Yeah, I'll just put another time. Yeah.
Okay, so you can still downloading it.
Maybe a couple of minutes.
Did anyone join late and they're like, what's going on? Feel free to bring it up. We won't judge. Yeah. If anyone's joined really late and they have no clue what's going on, feel free to just mention it and then we'll catch you up to speed.
Did we access it through the terminal?
So yeah, you finished installing Miniconda. So if you're on the Mac. Oh, sorry. I think someone. Go ahead.
No.
Someone was talking. If you have a Mac, you could just use your terminal. If you have a Windows, you specifically have to open just type up Anaconda prompt.
That's like
Yeah, no, I think it's prompt. Yeah, Anaconda prompt, and then that's what you are supposed to use.
What was that too? Just
Oh, I think this is the next step. This is exactly what we were talking about. Sorry, what's your name?
Vincent.
Vincent. Yeah, thank you, Vincent, for asking all those great questions. So here we kind of expand on that. So this gives you an example of what we were talking about earlier about the virtual environment. So basically, you don't have to do this now, but we highly recommend it to create a virtual environment. So the command that you would type would be conda create and then dash dash name, and then instead of my env, name it whatever you want. So for example, I'm working on let's say I'm working on project X. So I would put conda create dot dash dash name project X to show that this environment that I created is specifically for my project X that I'm working on. So what that means is that once I create that project X environment, I can install whatever packages and things that I want for that specific project. And then once I'm done with that, once I don't need those packages anymore, I can leave that virtual environment. What you should see in the beginning is next at the most leftmost part of your terminal or prompt, it should say base. So that's your base environment, which is basically the default. But once you create this environment, you can switch into a new virtual environment by once you create that environment, you could do conda activate and then the name of the thing. So once I created my project X environment, if I want to go into that environment, I will do conda activate project X so that am in my virtual environment where install all the things necessary to support my project X that I'm working on. Does that make sense? I know I might have gone a little fast. Anyone have questions? Yeah. Like an analogy could be like, let's say, for example, I keep thinking of food analogies, but let's say for project X is like a pie. So for a pie, you'd only need flour, sugar, and blah, blah, blah. But then once I want to make like a pizza for project two, then I would need something else like pizza, cheese, all this pepperoni, all that stuff. So I wouldn't want to use flour and sugar for my pizza recipe. So basically what it does is that the different virtual environments gives you access to these different things that remain separate from each other so that you can use whichever specific packages that you want when you build a specific project.
And that's a cheat sheet.
Yeah. And then yeah, finally you could get a list of all your environments by doing conda info dash dash envs. And if you just Google conda and you like look up like how to create an environment conda on Google, like they give you all this information. So if you feel like you're stuck, you should be able to find everything you need online.
Anaconda has their own cheat sheet, so it has a description of what each and every command does.
Yeah. So you could search that up too if you're stuck on what commands can I use. Is anyone still installing Miniconda / Anaconda? I think people should.
Let me just try to respond to the emoji.
Yeah.
Respond to
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think most people. Maybe we could ask a few people, like Eugene. Have you finished installing it? Also, we recommend for you to change your nickname on Discord to like your actual name because sometimes I don't know who Demon Slayer 555. I don't know if I can call you that every time I'm looking for somebody.
Yeah, Anaconda.
Yeah. If you have Anaconda, you have everything you need. More than you need actually for us. So you don't need to really concern yourself with this. But I think one thing we can do, especially when we get to the PyTorch phase, is maybe we can organize all of you into groups so that you can work on it together. I'll organize a spreadsheet for that later. Yeah, I guess since it looks like everyone's done at this point, so I think we can move on. Yeah, install PyTorch. So this is the next one.
We also have a couple of dependencies.
Yeah. These should be pretty quick. So and install all these one line by line. So first type conda install scikit-learn, conda install matplotlib, and all these different libraries you can just Google to see what they really do. A good summary though are these are packages that help with machine learning, either manipulating data like doing matrix multiplications and a lot of things that a lot of math that's common in machine learning, and as well as displaying the data. So Panda is an example of something that kind of displays the data once you do the calculations. So you could find out more information just by googling these packages and seeing what they do. But this is just different packages that all help in different parts of machine learning environment. And keep in mind, do this in the base environment. So if let's say you created the environment and you're in your new one, you should probably, I mean, you don't have to, but you probably want to deactivate that new environment that you created and install this in the base, because this is probably going to be used in uh, every environment that you run in. It'll be useful.
Yeah, I think it takes like about a couple of minutes while all the dependencies are installed.
And we'll share these slides too, just in case, like, let's say you want to refer back to something or you're stuck on something. We'll share these so that you know, like, the step-by-step stuff. If you're listening to us right now, also, like, it should be pretty straightforward still, on like how to do these. Maybe it just looks intimidating at first, but it's really not too bad. And worst case scenario, just install Anaconda. It's not the end of the world.
People who are done with the introductions like that.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. I think especially with PyTorch. I think PyTorch can take a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
So,
we might as well do that.
yeah. Is anyone not done with the packages?
I just need one more.
Okay,
Hi.
perfect. And maybe we could show the others with PyTorch so that people I told you.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, we'll keep in mind the people who aren't done with the 4 packages before, but we're just moving on because this one takes a especially long time installing PyTorch. So keep in mind, yeah, again, there's different commands depending on which OS you have. If you're a Mac, you'd want to do the first one. If you're Windows or Linux, do either the conda install PyTorch, Torch Vision, blah blah blah, or the other one. It depends on if you have an NVIDIA GPU. um, I'm guessing most won't. Like if you're gonna ask yourself, do I have an NVIDIA GPU? You probably don't. Like because yeah, they're pretty expensive, and I feel like most people who do get them tend to know that their laptop has one. And yeah.
Basically any kind of NVIDIA GPU. So yeah, if you have any, you can install that. You would also need to install CUDA.
Yeah.
You probably don't have that. Have that step here, but you basically need to install Google the CUDA installation setup, and then you will get a installer for that. It should be straightforward.
And,
If
and
you happen to have an NVIDIA GPU, just let us know. We'll kind of help you through the process.
and you can also do this later too. You don't have to do this like now. Like, you can install PyTorch and then get the necessary stuff for CUDA later. But yeah, I think we should do what Ani said. Maybe we can introduce ourselves first, the in-person people, and then the online, so that while we're installing, because this one's going to be particularly long step. So can we start with you in the front?
My name is Vincent. I'm a CS major, first year undergrad.
Wow, great. Yeah. Well, is there anything specific in machine learning that you're interested in?
Like I'm interested in like making projects.
Nice. Yeah. you have any like outside interests you want to share?
I like playing baseball.
Oh,
I
nice.
like
That's cool. My
exercising.
cousin.
I like running, and I like playing chess, but I suck at it.
Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, I like how you got really excited as soon as you started bringing up all that stuff. It's
Yeah.
nice. Nice to meet you, Vincent. How about you?
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a first year CE undergrad. I'm also excited to work in projects and get
Nice.
more experience. Outside of school, I like to hike and play baseball, and then also knitting.
Knitting.
Yeah.
Wow, very cool. Very cool. Okay.
Hi, I'm Monica. I'm a second year applied math major, undergrad, and I'm really interested in just seeing what is interesting about machine learning. So I'm very curious to
Yeah,
see.
I get you. Yeah, I think that's actually a lot of people here. Like they're interested in what machine learning is about, and the fact that all of you are like relatively early on in your educational career is actually really great because I think Gaston mentioned before, like it's actually really amazing that we actually do end up getting some undergrads who have as much knowledge, if not more, than grad students on machine learning because a lot of the machine learning content is normally taught at the graduate level. So the fact that all of you are studying, yeah.
How many people are actually there in person?
10 people.
Oh, that's way more than last time.
Yeah, yeah. And way more online too, which is good.
Yeah, I wanna apologize. We're still trying to figure out the hybrid format because we have way more people this semester than we did last semester. So we're gonna have to try to figure out a way to accommodate everyone.
Yeah.
Because Discord only allows 25 people on the voice channel. So it was kind of a mess up on our part, but we didn't have this many people last week. So we'll do our best to resolve it soon.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Kimberly,
I can
and
believe.
I just transferred here from community college, so I'm a junior undergrad, computer engineering. I'm interested in machine learning because I took a micro internship at my college, and they introduced us to like neural networks and TensorFlow, like very like obviously we didn't get in depth, but I thought it was really really cool, and so I kind of want to get into that and be in projects because I haven't actually worked on a project in like 2 years, so I'm getting very stale in that area.
Nice.
And things I like to do when I'm not doing schoolwork, I like to cook. Believe it or not, I like to clean because I'm very I'm just like a neat freak. And I also like to exercise, watch anime, and play board games.
Wow, a lot of interests.
That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Kimberly.
Which community college?
It's called Hartnell. It's in the county south of us. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Christopher. I'm recently graduated from, like, got my associate's degree from Fletcher College, and I was math major, but then I switched to computer science major. I'm really interested in machine learning, and especially deep learning and its application in medicine and special longevity research. And I spend most of my time right now devoting to that. And other than academic sales, I recently got into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Wow, that's great. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about that, but it's fun.
Yeah, I bet. That's cool. That's cool. It's really, really cool. Is there a gym nearby here?
Yeah, there's lots of gyms in San Jose.
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
it's like 4 or 5 near San Jose Station.
That's cool. That's really, really cool. Wow. Thank you for sharing.
I'm Tanisha. I'm a freshman computer science major. I don't know what specifically about machine learning. I just I'm exploring it. Outside school, I listen to music, baking. Yeah.
Baking, you said? Oh, nice. Thanks, Tanisha.
I'm in history. I'm also a freshman computer science major. I'm also just kind of exploring machine learning. My something that I'm interested in. And after school, I like to read, bake, watch TV, and I really like Marvel. So.
Nice. Nice. That's cool.
And my name is Mark, and I'm a master's student of first year. And I right now I'm taking machine learning courses here in San Jose State University, and I would like to learn more about the projects. And outside of school, I like to cook, play video games, watch TV, going out for a walk.
Nice.
Hey everyone, my name is Marcelo. I'm a sophomore here at San Jose State University, electrical engineering.
Nice.
I'm not sure about what particularly about machine learning I'm interested in. I'm just kind of explore everything for now. And outside of school, I like to play basketball. I like video games. I play a little bit of chess.
Nice. Maybe you two can have a match. Thank you, Marcelo, for sharing.
Yeah, we're thinking of having some social nights.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, games are definitely
one idea.
Hi everyone, I'm Akash. My background is in mechanical, and I have 2.5 years of experience in that also, in various design software, design automation software. But over here, I'm majoring in masters in industrial and systems engineering. So I will be taking around 5 to 6 courses in analytics, but they are basically focused on supply chain. But I'm willing to explore everything, and I aspire to become data scientist in over 2 years. So I'm just starting up right now. Outside of academics, I just to play and watch cricket.
Okay, so I know it's not going to be the same since they're doing like an in-person, but has everyone here closest meeting want to describe their interest or anything like that?
I think we had
we were sorry. Yeah, I know we can't hear, but like we were going around the people. And,
sorry if it's a little hard to hear.
You said cricket though, right?
Well, it's like just quiet enough to be annoying. I can't make out what they're saying, but I can hear that they're talking.
Nice.
Okay, sorry about that. We're recording it.
Yeah,
so.
Vincent, right?
Yeah. Wait, what time does it say?
It's supposed to end at 2. So actually, before, if anyone wants to leave, actually, I want to kind of create groups for you before you go. So maybe Vincent, Zara, and then, sorry, what was your name again? Monesi. Wow, that's a cool name, Monesi. Okay, let me.
I know you showed the meeting slides. You know that doc you had in the beginning with like the 3 links? Can you also share that too? That also included the link to the.
Okay, yeah. So I think I'll organize the groups so that I'll let all of you know. I think it'd be better if you three could.
I think let's do it.
Yeah. I think it's better if you connect now. But so yeah. So that you guys. And I think Kimberly and then. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's fine. Okay.
So Kimberly, could you group with the next 2? Actually, yeah.
So we could have like maybe in person, since we have 10 people, let's do 2 groups of 3 and 2 groups, 1 group of 4.
Yeah, sounds good. So maybe you 3, and then the 4 in the back. Yeah, does that work?
Hold on. Maybe we do.
Or 3, 4 maybe. Yeah. So you three gentlemen in the back, and then those 4. No, you three in the back, and then the other 4. So Kimberly, you'll be with the 3 over there. Yeah. You're with the 2 ladies in the back, and then Kimberly.
So we're the group of 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sorry, just really quick, could you just give your names one more time? I just wanted to make sure I knew. Vincent, Zara, Monesi, Kimberly. Sorry, what was it? Mitch? Yeah. Got you. Okay, sorry. I should know the full one, but I got that wrong. Yeah, sorry, could you just say it one more time? That way it's Mark.
Marcel.
Perfect. Okay, nice to meet you guys. And yeah, thank you for coming out. We do have the room for a little bit more, so if you're still working on this for whatever reason and are having issues, please stick around. And of course, you can talk with them.
Oh, it's weird.
No, I just have my
Alright,
I'm doing it.
Oh, another 3 days. Or it took a while, but.
Okay, and then we should probably split the Discord group.
Yeah, let's figure out the Discord group.
I thought we didn't finish the.
Yeah, but they also have the slides, so you guys can download it.
Okay, we'll also make groups for Discord. So if you're in the Discord group, let's group you into pairs. So I'll just do this randomly. So Adam, Aluprantha, and Antonio, could you three be a group? Are the three of you here? Yeah, can you unmute yourself to confirm that you're here, so that I could put you into groups? Adam G. Adam, are you here?
Oh, so yeah, we can have them do introductions. I mean, I know
Yeah.
just to us, but hey,
It's also a little bit after 2, so.
exactly. We don't want them to be left out.
Adam, are you there? Can you introduce yourself really quickly?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. So so can you just tell us your name, what you study, why you're interested in machine learning, and some interests outside of academics?
Awesome. I'm a first year master's student studying artificial intelligence.
Oh, wow.
I graduated from Cal Poly a year ago with a medical engineering degree, and then I studied machine learning at the Galvanized Data Science Boot Camp. I'm primarily interested in like autonomous vehicles. I've done a couple machine learning related projects for like vehicle lane detection, kind of train a vehicle to drive autonomously in a simulator. Outside of school, I like to do mountain biking, wall climbing, playing guitar. Yeah, I like to do a lot of outdoor stuff.
Nice. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, that's cool. Seems like a lot of people are very active. It's nice. Aluparantha, could you introduce yourself?
First of all, amazing Discord name, but yeah, continue.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're audible.
okay, so my name is Shirin, and I am in first year of Master's Software Engineering. With respect to machine learning, I have some experience, industry experience in financial sector and civil sector, and I'm interested to do some projects here along with you all. And apart from machine learning, I into chess and hiking.
Wow, a lot of chess players. Nice. That's cool. A lot of active and chess players.
Here's my information.
Antonio?
Yeah, we're doing chess night now.
Alright, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi, my name is Antonio Cervantes. I'm a mechanical engineering grad student. And I recently got into machine learning after working on a robotics project, looking at an autonomous delivery robot, and that kind of got me into like just robots that use machine learning and computer vision to navigate. And I've been getting more into autonomous vehicles.
A lot of
wow. I did this fun project where I used this open source code to make an autonomous RC car, and that was pretty fun. So that's something that I want to work more on.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, I think there's a lot of autonomous vehicle interest, looks like, from the people in Discord. So that could be a potential project that we could get started.
Make project not very good.
Yeah. Thank you, Dominique. Eugene.
Is Eugene there?
Eugene, are you there? Okay. Yeah. So I think we can move on for a bit. If Eugene, if you're here, just let us know anytime.
He's in the text channel.
Oh, he's in the text channel. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Could you let me see? What is he saying in the?
He's having internet issues.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Wait.
That's different person. Oh, sorry.
No, I know Eugene said before he was still installing it, so I know he was around. So, maybe, Nivi, can you introduce yourself?
Oh, had we missed Dominic? by any chance?
No, I think he just went.
Oh, he just went.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Dominique, right?
Yeah.
Actually, did you?
No, he didn't. We
He
just
didn't.
got-
Oh, okay. Sorry, Dominique, can you introduce yourself really quickly?
Sure. Hey everyone, my name is Dominic.
Dominic.
I am a third year. I'm a junior transfer at SJSU. This is actually my first semester. One thing I like to do in my free time is play some chess. And if you don't know, like the big thing with chess these days is that there's a lot of like machine learning implementation to get neural networks to play the game at very high levels, well above what like people are capable of. So that's something I'm really interested to learn.
That's cool.
Over 3,000 gang, I hear you.
Something I'm interested in going into forward for machine learning.
Yeah. That's definitely definitely a very popular field right now. I think like in reinforcement learning. So yeah, thank you for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Eugene, are you here? Okay, we could come back to Eugene.
Oh, he does not have a mic.
Oh, he doesn't have a mic? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I
We
mean,
can just do your introduction
yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
We'll read it out.